back day. As you could probably tell, pump goal to upgrade from the bulletproof back to a tank-proof back so we can get lined up point blank in front of the snout, the trunk, whatever you call that tube that shoots it, and it shoots at us. And it's not one of those things where it like hits our back and we tank it, but we're still getting pushed forward. Like we stay stationary, not giving an inch, just having it bounce back into the tank. And if we trust in God and ourselves, we'll be able to do it. Problem comes after we acquire the pump. We have to find a motherfucker that owns a tank to be able to test it out. So if you are someone with a tank, you know somebody. Oh, you got it? All right. He said right here that he has access to a tank. He's gonna allow us to test that after the workout's done. I appreciate that. Dude, after one set, and I feel like the pump's already like coming along, you know what I mean? Like if you listen closely, dude, I could like probably become a superhero with this back. Instead of just fighting people with like our fists or powers, we just hit them with our back. You can fly with the lats too. So it's like you fly around, hit people with your back. I don't know. I feel like if you got a good enough back, you could become like a real life superhero, flying and just hitting people with the back and shit like that. Oh yeah. Now, that's a good question, a really good question. So how I'm able to get the pumps that I get, feel the way that I do, pull the weight that I do, EKKOVISION products. Code Kev if you want to save. Protein, orange creamsicle, my personal fave. Flavored creatine, best in the game. Tastes like something good. What else they got? They got like these focus pills that I usually take on days when I'm not using pre-workout, just to make the cardio feel light. So if you're a cardio enthusiast like myself, those pills will do you good. A lot of shit, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, like those are all the stuff I use. Everything from Ekko. I know people always look at me like a weirdo, but it's okay because they just don't understand, right? You use the weights so often that a lot of the time you kind of forget that they have feelings too. You know what I mean? Like, take a young lady or a young man that you're talking to, right? If you're just constantly using them, they're gonna feel like shit about that. You know what I mean? And eventually work up the nerve to leave you. And I never want the weights to leave me. So I always make sure every now and then I am giving that attention to them. You know what I mean? That I do understand that they help me a lot. They're there for me when I need them, emotionally and physically. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, And it's just like that. It's really just like that.
Will reach its end. But until the abyss has engulfed the thrones, my war with destiny.
I feel like the pump is pretty valid so far, you know, like you know, with each set, each rep, I become stronger, bigger, smarter, more spiritually aware. Hey man, you'd be surprised what these weights will do to you. Kind of just like serotonin, I think it's what it's called. Dopamine. Kind of just like a dopamine rush. Whenever I grab and I get a hold of her, right? Just kind of my hands, the weights, and I just pull them, dude. Feel the muscles contract, and it's just like, oh. And then yeah, that just makes me smarter, stronger, bigger, more spiritually aware. Kind of just like, so this is where like we try our best to get the wings. I've never kind of like, I don't know, man, like I've gotten to a point where I can glide down from things. Like last night, I was able to successfully jump off of a skyscraper and just like glide down to the ground, you know, taking no fall damage. But we haven't been able to get to a point where we have that mind-muscle connection to like constantly flex them to like flap and actually fly. We're still in that gliding phase. So the whole point of doing this superset back-to-back lats is to just really focus on that mind-muscle connection so that we eventually can do that, you know?
Outlanders do not belong in this world.
Remember, going to close to failure or failure does not mean some slight discomfort to where you're like, oh, I'm in a little bit of pain, and you're making faces like, that's not what that means. It means going to a point where your range of motion, like you literally, like, let's say you're doing like fucking tricep push downs, right? Your range of motion goes from this to like this, and you're literally trying to like get to that point and you just can't anymore. You know what I mean? And you're just going like, the blood is like pumped, dude. Like you just can't go anymore, you know? Like that's what it means to go to fucking failure, you know, or close to failure, not just fucking like, I'm hurting a little bit bad and I'm making funny faces. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking push yourself. Don't be a pussy. That shit hit good. You know what I mean? Like, towards the end, I was getting to that threshold of pain where it's like, you kind of like get the jumps, you know what I mean? Like, you're trying to move around, grip the fuck out of shit, just to like, figure out some way to take your mind off of the pain. You know what I mean? Like, once you're in that threshold of pain, you know you're hitting your shit like good. Finish off the buys quickly to finish the whole look. You know what I mean? Like, what's the back without the buys? You know what I mean? It's like doing chest without doing the tries. Chest tries, back buys. That's like universal law, you know? So hit the back, best believe we gotta hit the buys. I did do one superset of this already, you know, just like for the snappy snap, you know, because I like to throw my workouts out on the Snapchat, you know what I mean? For those people that want like a quick summary of the workouts that I do. So this is the second set. This is the last. Gonna fucking push it to the max. Goal is to get to a point of failure with these and get to a point of failure with the normal curls. You know what I'm saying? So that is the goal.
Outlanders do not belong in this world. One day, this journey will reach its end. not belong in this world. We'll reach it.
Yeah, I know. No, yeah, that shit hurt. I know, yeah. You look good too, you look good too. I saw you on your last set, that shit looked really good. But nah. I think that shit's pretty good. I think the pump's pretty valid too. I mean, like, I can't even flex, I'm so fucking tired. But nah, I think the pump was hella valid today. Like, good shit.